You wake up to headlines that sound temporary. Supply chain slowdown, inflation spike, fuel shortage. The anchors smile like it's routine. They tell you to stay calm, to be patient. But behind those smiles is the sound of an empty truck, the last delivery that never left port, the first link breaking in a chain no one knows how to fix. This is Safe Zone Analysis. We do not sell fear. We do not sugarcoat. We prepare with facts. Because the next collapse will not look like a bomb or a fire. It will look like shelves slowly thinning. It will sound like polite reassurances turning into silence. It will feel like hunger you didn't plan for. The first week feels strange but manageable. Prices climb overnight. Gas stations post handwritten signs saying limited supply. Supermarkets start limiting purchases. 2 bags of rice per customer. 1 bottle of oil. You laugh at first. It feels like déjà vu, like the early pandemic days. But this time, it does not fade. The trucks are delayed. The ships are stranded. The warehouses are empty. The second week brings confusion. Governments say the situation is under control, but stop showing the data. People crowd social media, searching for answers, but find only theories. A drought in one country, a cyber attack in another, a war far away choking grain exports. The truth is all of it at once. The web that fed the world has snapped. By the end of the month, the first rule of hunger appears. Scarcity breeds fear. Fear breeds speed. People buy faster than supply can recover. And once trust breaks, demand becomes infinite. The stores are stripped. Flour gone. Rice gone. Canned goods gone. You walk the aisles and see people clutching food like treasure. You see a mother crying over baby formula. You see a man offering cash to strangers for bread. And you realize cash is starting to mean nothing. The first riots don't start in the slums. They start in the suburbs. Middle-class panic. People who thought systems never fail, suddenly learning that they do. Police guard trucks. Supermarkets close early. Rumors spread of looting. You hear about a warehouse fire and wonder if it was arson or just desperation. At home, you take inventory. Half a bag of rice, 2 cans of beans, oil almost gone. You open your fridge and stare at food like it's the past. You start boiling less water to save gas. You eat slower. You say you're full when you're not. You tell yourself things will normalize next week, but they won't. By month 2, the economic crash bleeds through everything. Fuel is too expensive for farmers to harvest crops. Power outages hit cities. Transport halts. Food spoils before it moves. Governments start rationing electricity and diesel. The global supply chain, the invisible network that fed billions, has gone dark. Then the black markets appear. People trade everything. Medicine for rice, batteries for sugar, a single jar of peanut butter worth a day's labor. Old people trade jewelry for soup cans. Someone on your street opens their garage like a store. Prices written on cardboard. People pay quietly because they're ashamed to haggle. The news calls it temporary adjustment. Then it stops calling it anything at all. Reporters disappear. The official narrative collapses under reality. No one believes announcements anymore. People believe shelves. Empty shelves. By the 3rd month, cities start to thin. Some leave for rural areas, thinking farms will save them. They don't understand that farms need fuel, water, fertilizer. They arrive hungry and uninvited. Villages start turning strangers away. Locals put up signs saying private property armed response. For the first time in your life, you see hunger divide humanity like a blade. At night, you hear the new sounds of the city. Not music, not traffic. Just generators in the distance, gunshots echoing occasionally, dogs barking endlessly. Fear has a rhythm now. You join a small group of neighbors. You make rules. Share what you can. Guard at night. Burn trash quietly. Keep one room sealed for food storage. You learn that trust is worth more than gold, but more fragile than glass. The government declares emergency powers, curfews, price controls, food cards. But cards mean nothing when there's no food. Trucks move under armed escort. Convoys are looted on highways. People block roads demanding supplies. Soldiers fire into the air, sometimes not into the air. By month 4, the currency collapses. Banks freeze accounts. People use cash as kindling. A loaf of bread costs a day's wage if you can find one. People barter salt, cigarettes, alcohol, medicine. Pharmacies are empty. Clinics run by candlelight. The media calls it the global food crisis. The people call it the hunger. Entire families vanish into countryside camps. Others crowd abandoned factories for shelter. Children dig through dumpsters outside old restaurants. Insects become protein. Gardens become survival. By month 5, hunger is no longer a statistic. It is a face. Hollow cheeks, yellow eyes. People who were polite are now dangerous. You see someone steal from a relief truck and get beaten to death by the crowd before police arrive. You realize law has starved too. And yet, amid collapse, something ancient wakes up. Small communities rebuild on trust and skill. A mechanic who can fix old engines becomes more valuable than a banker. A nurse who knows herbs becomes priceless. People rediscover barter circles, neighborhood watches, communal cooking. Civilization contracts, but it breathes. You learn to cook rice over candles. You learn to filter rainwater through cloth and sand. You learn that one can of beans split between 3 people can still taste like victory. The 6th month brings a new kind of order. Cities fragment into zones. Some run by local militias, some by surviving officials, some by no one. Markets reopen under tarps. A dozen currencies circulate. You trade an old watch for a sack of flour and feel rich. Outside the city, national borders crumble. Trade wars become real wars. Ships are seized. Nations ban exports. The rich hoard grain. The poor riot. But on the ground, survival looks the same everywhere. Quiet desperation. And still you endure. You ration. You grow. You repair. You adapt. You stop missing luxury. You start missing normal. A warm meal. A quiet night. A sense of tomorrow. One night you find an old radio that still works. The broadcast is faint, but clear enough. A calm voice says, global recovery has begun. Ports reopening. Aid arriving. But you do not cheer. You know recovery is a word. Hunger is a memory. And memory never forgets. When food finally returns to stores, it comes with guards. Prices stay high. People act calm, but keep small stashes hidden. You do too. Once you've seen shelves go empty, you never trust them again. So what does this mean for you? It means the world you rely on is thinner than paper. It means preparation is not paranoia. It is responsibility. It means learning how to grow, store, and share food is not survivalism. It is civilization, because the food war may begin with trade routes and inflation graphs, but it always ends the same way, with people staring at empty plates, with neighbors choosing between mercy and hunger. This is safe zone analysis. We do not sell fear, we tell the truth. Share this before the next shortage begins, because when the shelves go dark again, it will not be the strongest who survive. It will be the calm, the disciplined, and the prepared.